Hello, my YouTube imps and my minions. Welcome in and happy Wednesday. Hope you're all having a great day today, and VOD viewers as well. Thank you for clicking on the video. Hope you're having a great morning, evening, or night, whatever time it is for you. Welcome in. Hello. What is up, everyone? Hope all the gaming has been going good. There was a new patch today in Legends of Runeterra, so hope you've gotten a chance to try it and enjoy it, because there's no siren song, which is great. For today, in episode 3 of my Tempo MAOU YouTube live streams, I would like to focus on, because this is really important, it's Wednesday, so I'd like to focus on the missions and trying to get our weekly vault as upgraded as possible for tomorrow, because the weekly vault opens every Thursday, which gives new players a burst of resources from these different chests, and as we play missions throughout the week, we can get higher tier upgrades and better cards. Yes, Siren Song is dead. Praise. Very good change. I was playing earlier on my Twitch stream, and I did not fight any Siren Song. Literally zero. The day before, I fought like 2 hours of Siren Song. So yeah, very big change. So I'm actually going to do something a little fun today. For the warm-up games before I play Slay in Ranked, I want to focus on my missions, and maybe even build a deck from the ground up and show how to do that for new players. That way we can maximize our mission XP and try to get some better vault rewards for tomorrow, which we will open live on stream and continue to use those resources to build towards my Slay deck. So it's looking like a really eventful couple days I'm excited about. So what we need to do is strike units without your units dying. This is something that can be done passively. We don't have to worry about this too much. We can just like play the game and get this done over the course of the day. These ones force us to build and play certain decks. Look, it says play Bandle City units. This one is play multi-region units. So what's cool about this is if you ever get this combo, this kind of goes hand in hand. There's a lot of Bandle City units that are also multi-region, so we get to double dip and get 2k XP for our weekly vault just by cleaning up both of these missions. So that's what I'm going to build today. So I'm going to go to the collection menu, click on new deck. We're going to be starting from scratch. Make sure we use our filters up here. These are really, really important, especially for new players. We want to make sure we're in standard. We want to make sure we're using owned. And we want to use specifically Bandle City cards. Bandle City is also home to multi-region, like I mentioned. So we can run our champions that are multi-region. You can tell that they are multi-region from the little icon up here at the top right, denoting what region they usually come from. Teemo is Piltover and Zon and Bandle City. Then we have Freljord Bandle City, and also Shadow Isles Bandle City. And since they share Bandle, we can actually just play them all in the same deck, which is kind of fun. So let's also go ahead and try to find other multi-region units. Do we have any? We have Furious Feyfolk. Okay, so we're going to slam that. I wonder if we can craft some with some commons, because we have a bunch of commons, I think. So let's click on all cards. This shows the ones we don't own as well. And let's see if we can find some multi-region. Yeah, Protoporo. We have 9. Okay, we can craft a few. Let's do... Oh, Grandfather Faye is really... Oh, he's a rare. Drat. I wish this guy was a common. He'd be a really good one to craft. We can do Dark Bulb Acolyte. Wait, no, he's not even multi-region. Sheesh! Alright, let's see. Can we hit any other good ones? The common... I'm trying to gauge my resources to see if it's worth it. We could just play out our champions. I wish this card was a bit better. It got nerfed recently. Let's do... That's a rare. That's an epic. Wow. Alright, so back up to the top. Let's just get the Protoporo. I guess it's fine. We can spend 3 common wild cards for that. Don't really mind that too much. And then the rest of the deck, I'm actually just going to use a bunch of draw so that we can play these out like as fast as possible. Maybe over the course of 2 games would be kind of a nice pace. So let's see if we have any draw cards. We can use the filter. We can use... Oh, we don't have Portalpalooza. Go back to owned cards. We don't have any draw from Bandle. We have anything from Piltover. That region's really good at drawing. Owned. We have Advanced Intel. We can run that. And then we can do... Oh, Formula's a really good one. Draw, draw, draw. Just adding in a couple draw cards. Zona Urchin, why not? We need to add in a Bandle City card. That way we can make these exclamation marks go away from the card error. So let's also go ahead and pick up... I want to do like Otterpuss. That card was looking good. Do we have it? We don't. Junk is good. Flame Chompers is fine. We can run some Mystic Shots. Yeah, we're basically just going to fill out the rest of the deck with random stuff. And then try to work towards our mission. We should be able to do it in a couple games. It's funny because this looks a little similar to like some Shrooms and Booms. That's cool. Just adding in random cards that I have. Some Poison Dart, some Pie. Pie is always good. Luciporo, and some Dark Ball Backlights. And then I also like to call these kind of decks like a mission deck. That way we can keep track of it in our collection, and we can like change it up whenever we get new missions. Let's go ahead and go play that. While I answer some questions, mission. Make sure we're not playing that in ranked because I don't think it's ranked already. It's pretty important to focus on your missions over the course of the week, but is especially important on Wednesday because the vault opens on like Thursday morning. At least for me. So I'm going to show you guys how to craft a deck from the ground up that satisfies missions, and maybe we can get some wins too. If we don't win, that's okay, because our deck is a little scuffed, but ideally we can net some wins as well and get that sweet bonus XP. Let's go ahead and get rid of Mini T because it's way too expensive. I actually want to keep Hexbliterator because I can float the first couple turns and cast this for spell mana. Maybe kill their Shyvana, you know, slow them down. Pretty good removal card. So this is going to be interesting. We're playing like a half Yordle and half Piltover deck. Let's go ahead and grab Tiny Spear. I don't think it matters which one we grab because I want to discard it with Zonai Urchin to continue drawing. I'm late. Is this the beginner Teemo deck? No, this is a deck I built from the ground up to satisfy some missions so that I can get some XP for the weekly vault, which opens tomorrow. So yeah, I built this from scratch. It has as many multi-region cards as I could fit. Yep, teaching new players the importance of building a mission deck and trying to play it on Wednesday before vault opens. That way you can continue working towards your crafted decks. Alright, we have 3 mana here. They can play Shyvana 1 turn early because they have Herald, which is cool. This discounts Dragon allies in hand, so they can play 3 mana Shiv. Alright, they are not on 3 mana Shiv, so that is good news for us. I think we should go ahead and play Zonai Urchin, discarding our Tiny Spear to draw a card. Ah, nice, we got a champion. That's a multi-region one as well. We want that. What is that Dragon Guard Lieutenant going to attack, you wonder? I don't know, but we have a pretty nice hand. It's pretty flexible. They are grabbing our junk. I'm sorry, that sounds so wrong. Okay, they're not grabbing our junk. Good, good, good. I just realized what I said as I said it. Alright, so don't grab my junk construct, alright? No junk grabbing. Alright, cool. I'm pretty down to just attack. I also want to play Darkness first action. So here's the thing. If we attack, we let them have an action to summon another unit. With the Herald of Dragons, Herald means they can play Screeching on turn 4. We're on turn 4. Screeching is really scary. So I'm going to try Darkness, which forces Form Up or some kind of protection. If they don't have that, then they can't play Screeching Dragon a turn early. If they do have it, then I guess we're going to take the Form Up and let them play it. But as it stands, we're in a pretty good spot. We can just send it. Eerie. That's a bit annoying. Maybe we don't just end it. I guess we can hold. We can just play nice and safe here. We're going to go into 5, floating 1, which means we can play Hexbliterator next turn. I'm kind of down to do that. Our hand kind of calls for us to play defensively because we have a lot of removal and draw. So I'm going to try to play out my hand as good as I can. Nice, we have a little bit of a late game now. We drew into it. We saw it earlier, but we mulliganed it away in favor of early game cards, but drawing into it in the mid game is perfect. Yep. What else? Yep. They have Challenger, which means they can grab whatever units they want. I'm just going to Hexbliterator this 4/4. Yeah. Just get it out of here. If they're going to invest in it and give it a Challenger, it might be one of their only strong cards in their hand. And then we can play Mr. Vagar. Nice, yeah. That's a pretty mech card. They have another dragon in hand, though. We know this because of his Behold effect. Alright. Let's do first action attack. That way we get some pressure in. We get to threaten the 3/2. And then we can play Vagar after. The reason we do this is because we wouldn't want to play Vagar and then attack with him. So that kind of gives the opponent the ability to play a unit to block us, right? We'd rather just take the damage where we can get it because we're not going to attack with our development. Because if we play Vagar and then they play Big Dragon, well, all of a sudden my attack sucks now. So, yeah, we're not going to give them that option. Yeah, we can play him. Hopefully they're not on single combat. Okay, it does not seem like they are. Sure. When I'm summoned, if you've dealt damage to the enemy nexus 4 times, you're going to be impact. Huh. That's funny. I think what I want to do is Poison Dart face. And then play Mini T. Like, that's just so good for our turn 7, right? Round end, if you've damaged the enemy nexus this round, which we'll do by Poison Darting face, then we get Mega T. Round start, transform the strongest enemy into a 3/3, and silence it, and it can't block. That's so strong for us. It's also one of the cards you get in Shrooms and Booms, which is a beginner-friendly deck. It's nice. I actually really think this is a fantastic card for new players. It's going to create like a lockdown that makes it really hard for the opponent to play the game. Form up now? Okay. I believe that is okay. We don't want to attack. Or we don't want to block, I mean. Because if we block these, then Involius Fox will give them a unit, and we don't want that. I can just take 10 to face. And then play Mini T. That is good. Mini T time, indeed. And then there goes their Involius Fox. Bye-bye. And then we're pushing a lot of damage. Like, a lot of damage. They're at 9 HP right now, so they have to block with these two. They can't even block with this, because it's part of the Mega T effect. Look at its face. That would be me if someone played Mega T against me. I'd be very surprised. Sure, looks good. So we push them down to 4, meaning if we draw another Mystic Shot, we can actually end the game. I want to play a multi-region unit, though. Make sure we get our mission going. Oh, he's so angry. Look at his little face. I love his card art. He's so angry down here. He's also just very cute. Let's draw a card. They buffed their unit and then it got hit by Mega T round start. This happens every turn, by the way, which means we have them on lockdown and it's probably going to be a surrender. Oh, we also top decked our second Mystic Shot, so we have a way to end the game right now. Just double Mystic Face. No other multi-region unit? That's okay. Let's just go ahead and cast double Mystic and end the game now. They have to be on a heal card to stop this, like Guiding Touch or Star Shaping, which they have access to. Hey, yo, our mission deck just beat dragons. Wait a minute. Hey, that's not supposed to happen. Then we can take a look at our mission progress. Nice, we only have to play 4 more Bandle units, but we do have to play a lot more multi-region ones. I didn't really draw a lot of my multi-region units, only Vagar and then the big guy, the 7-mana one. I hate dragons. Well, good news for you, dragons are not very good. At least not in Standard. If they release a card like Dragon Chow, though, back to Standard, then dragons could be pretty good. They just desperately really need that card, and the fact that it was rotated really hurt dragons a lot. The best way to play dragons, in my opinion, now is to play Leona and Aurelion Sol, and you basically piggyback off of Leona's Daybreak units, and just play Aurelion Sol in the late game. Playing Shyvana dragons is much worse. Alright. We're again not really opening our multi-region units other than Fey Folk. I kind of want to just hard mulligan and go for my mission for this game, even though some of those cards were keepable. We're fighting Shrooms and Booms, so this is kind of like a mirror match almost. They're playing a very similar deck to us. Here comes Teemo. We will not block. Is Age of Dragons Ramp a viable option too, or worse than the normal one? I think that's actually worse than mid-range dragons. I took a look at the stats for Age of Dragons yesterday or the day before, and it had like a 38% win rate, which is unbelievably low. It's basically like a scuffed version of Feel the Rush, with worse regions, with a worse win con that can whiff. So it's just overall not a very strong strategy right now. If I should actually invest in elites, I finally have enough resources to get 2 champs. Yeah, I think that'd be worth it. Elites are really good. Where do you see the win rates? I use a website called Runeterra AR. And there's another website called, let me see, I have that one pulled up too, in my tabs somewhere. Mastering Runeterra. Those are the two. I like to cross-check statistics from both the websites, and then formulate my own opinions as well. That's always what I'd recommend. Never just like look at one website, look at multiple, and then also use your own inference. And also like what other people are saying, like streamers and stuff. Puffcat Peddler, sure. That's interesting. So I was drinking some water there. I wonder if I should block with Stone Stackers and just finish this off with Mystic Shot before they get a lot of shroomage going. I actually think that would be worth. Ah. And then we can play Vagar. I want to do my attack first, of course, and then play Vagar. And then we can start ramping up our darkness as well, and then use that on like Gnar or something, like other big threats. Oh, I see, Proteus. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sure my meta reports that come out, you know, every Monday that I can cover something new is pretty useful then, because I strictly use stats from the websites to gauge what content I should put on my meta reports. So I hope those are helpful for you. Yep, and my next meta report will be coming out next Monday, since the new patch came out here. That way we can get a few days to see how it shapes up, see how it pans out, and see what decks are strong, especially over the weekend. So yeah, be excited for next Monday's meta report, because I am. It's going to be pretty awesome. A lot of things are changing. Poison Dart on my Teemo, sure thing. I don't really have a choice in the matter. I'm gonna play Proto-Poro here. 1, because it's a multi-region unit for me. And 2, because I can block with it and then finish off the rat with darkness. Nakotak. I think that's more important to kill with darkness, right? So let's put this unit down to 1 HP. And then we're just gonna finish it off before they can play any like transform stuff later. I guess we could have waited a turn to... Oh, hey, this works too. to make it amp up. I've been kind of scared recently of this Nakotak guy. I think killing him right away is also just fine. Nice. And we get a new darkness anyway, so this works out perfectly for us. Yeah, meta decks change from start of patch to second week. I agree. Exploiterator's fine at this point. Let's go ahead and kill the rat with darkness. And then we attack with our Acolyte here. Get some extra damage going. And then just like last game, we have that combo of Poison Dart Mini T coming up soon. And we also have Furious Fey Folk, which is nice. But what's really interesting about this is because Poison Puff Cap hit the enemy, we don't even have to Poison Dart. Mini T will just work. So I'm going to go ahead and play that out, and then next turn we'll play Furious Fey Folk and have a really strong turn 8. That's my current game plan. It looks good too. Looks like a pretty solid game plan, if I do say so myself. Drop the bomb, sure. Can we bump our Mini T down to 3 HP for the turn? I guess so, because he's gonna gain 2 more when he levels up round start, so this is probably worth. Get rid of another one of their peddlers. It's also nice since we're ahead in hand. They have only 2 cards in hand, so trading is pretty good for us, because we get further ahead. Nice Mini T. I guess that was an upgrade for them. Can't block though, so let's play this. Yeah, today the food bites back. Oh, hello, Spotted Toad. You have to block me, though. Spotted Toad has to die so that you don't. Nice. I wish there were more decks with a single theme art-wise. Yeah, the closest you're going to get is Elites. Random Golden Crush bot. Become a Mini T. Oh, just kidding. It can shoot the same thing twice. Well, today I learned. I actually didn't know that. Strongest enemy. If the strongest enemy is a Mini T, it just Mini T's it again. Huh. That's kind of funny, actually. Let's go ahead and draw some more cards. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, wait. That's a lot of puff caps. Never mind, drawing cards is detrimental. But, I'm going to draw more cards. Right? Yeah, we can go down to 6. Because I still want my multi-region units. There we go. Bop. Bop, bop. Nice and easy. I don't want to take any damage. Do you think running elites with no Kale is okay? Yes, very much so. Just 3 Garen and 1 Jarvan at the moment. Or 2 and 2. Yeah, you should go 2 and 2. Or 3 and 1. Actually, probably a bit better. Yeah, that's fine. If you want to stay within theme and you never want to add Kale or Targon, you don't have to. Elites are fully functional by themselves. Let's see if we can get them to take Puff Cap lethal, which would be really funny. I could do double Poison Dart to just clear the clump, but I'm winning through impact round start anyways. I want to see if we can get a Mushroom lethal. Just for a little bit of spice. Can we hit the highlight of 2023? Let's see. Draw 1 shroom. Draw 1 shroom. Okay, Veigar, chill. Flash bomb? Oh. That's not a shroom. It was just a flash bomb. So we're going to play our Veigar for a mission and then just end the game with our impact. Wow. Make our unit elusive for fun. Got him. Would your new Jack Kate be in the Twitch deck list? Yes. The bot currently isn't on right now, though. Give him that Shen emote. Oh yeah, I guess me drawing is kind of scary. If I took 3 more shrooms there, that'd been awesome. Alright, getting more missions done. These are for the event pass. Yeah, that would have been hilarious. I would have accepted it. Nice, we only need to play 2 more multi-region units. So that's pretty easy. And look at that, because we're getting our missions done, we also go across the region road even faster. That's why it's doubly important to work on your missions. And we got another Annie. Okay, the game is trying to tell me something. I've gotten 2 Annies from these champion capsules. I think I'm gonna work towards Jin Annie. Like, I'm not kidding. I have to. The game is telling me, right? I don't have a choice. Alright, so let's do 1 more mission, and then that'll be our warm-up for the stream, and then I'll do a couple Slay and Flay games. Which is nice, because then we're going to have a better vault tomorrow, because our missions are getting done. Yeah, I will try to post the code for Jack Kate in Discord after the stream is over, if I remember. So make sure to check the Legends Runeterra section. That's where I'll put it. Ah, dragons again. We need 2 multi-region units. Again, I'm just going to full mulligan so I can find my multi-region. This is a good hand if you were trying to play this game out. Seriously, you would keep both 1-2, obviously. But I'm going to get rid of them because I want to see my multi-region dudes. Ah, perfect. That's 2 multi-regions right there. And we get to play around Gnar this game. Oh, another one. Perfect. I haven't seen Gnar in these mission games yet. What have you been seeing on ladder? A lot of Nora. Nora control in many different forms. Like Nora Vagar. I saw Nora Swain. Things like that. Lots and lots of Nora. Alawi Swain too. I did see that one as well today. Wow, we can make Gnar elusive. Is that fair? Gnar. We also made the opponent pass all their mana on turn 3, which is really good for us. They lost 3 mana. But yeah, if they just play like Shyvana here, we can make Gnar elusive and be annoying. If they play blocking Badger Bear, that would be so cringe. Okay, you know, it might be better to not give Gnar elusive. We don't really need to. We can just send it. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Yeah, giving him elusive wouldn't really mean a lot, huh? And then we can Pie Toss this Herald of Dragons. And then we can also Pokestick or just use the Perilous Pastry on it. I'm down to Pastry. And finish it off. That way they don't have any discounts going into next turn. And we get to clear the board. That's also a Gnar level since we dealt damage to the enemy Nexus this turn. Which is good. We have 3 damage to face currently. Or 5 on our attack. Plus other units. We're in a pretty strong spot. We could be ending the game next turn. Quite literally. Let's go ahead and Pokestick off that spell shield. As our action. If they attack, we can wallop it. Strafing. Sure. They kill my Poro. Which is just kind of rude. Oh, and then they pass. Really? Okay. I'm down to use my wallop aggressively then. Prevent one of their blockers, you know? I think what I want to do this turn is... We have 9 mana, so we need to allocate all of this. I want to do wallop, probably, so that's 6 mana remaining. I could do Squire and Dredger. That's 4 mana remaining. Or 4 mana after, so 2 mana remaining after that. So no Camo Cloaker, but we get to use Mystic. I think that's worth. Yo, welcome into the chat. Hello, hello. I'm going to be doing Wallop for sure. Especially if they just play like 1 unit like in Volius Vox, then we just win for free. Because we have more units on attack than they have on block. So we'll just be good to go. Attack first stun mid block. It's not guaranteed because they have mana. We want to get their mana from them, especially since they're showing, look, see? They're showing Strafing Strike, which means they have fast speed strike spells in their deck. So if we were to do first action attack, we're letting them have all 6 of their mana to use during combat. So if we block, or if they block us and then do single, even if we do Wallop, we lose our Gnar. So what we want to do is develop to make our attack as clean and as safe as possible to outplay cards like this, which they have. Sure. It's going to give us the safest and most guaranteed lethal as we develop this turn. I need Spear. Exactly. Yep, you have to work around the opponent's mana because a lot of spells are fast or burst speed, which means they can be used during combat. And if the deck is good at using those spells, we need to make sure we get them before we go into combat. See? They're just slamming them. Tons and tons of spells. As a response to this, we can do Wallop now, and then just go into next action attack since they can't develop any more units, nor can they play anything for 1 mana. Not that I know of, at least. Nothing too crazy. And just like that, we have guaranteed us a lethal for this turn, see? Because we're basically still in the same spot as if we open attack, but they can't do anything. Whereas if we open attack, they can do stuff. So yeah, that's a really good lesson, really good game to showcase that. Oh, nice. I'm getting a rotation guide. Why? Oh, find out more. Thanks. It just linked me to a website. Very cool. Appreciate that. What? Yeah, that is especially true against decks that focus on fast speed options. So think like Piltover and Zon, who has a bunch of removal. If you go into the first action attack, they can use Mystic Shots and other things to shoot your units. So what you should do is develop first, and then make it to where they can't deal with everything, right? If you're able to put up more units and more pressure, they can't deal with all of it. So it gives you the best position for your attack turns. I also do that versus Karma Set. So, but let me give a caveat. What usually stops this strategy from being good are decks that have slow speed options or really big units that can stop multiple of your blockers, or your attackers, I mean, like via strike spells and stuff like that too. So it kind of depends on what you're fighting. If you're fighting Freljord, they have like Avalanche and they have Buried in Ice. And if you're playing against Shadow Isles, they also have Ruination and other like late game slow speed ones. So that basically supports open attacking into them. But then you have to be careful of Vengeance, you know, and fast speed options. So it does depend. You have to get comfortable fighting multiple regions and seeing what options they do and knowing what the opponent deck, or like what the opponent's deck wants to do in general. There's a lot to play around in terms of spell speed and when you should attack or when you should develop. That's a skill that you will gain as you just play. The difference between burst, fast, and purple. Let me show you. We'll give a little lesson on spells real quick, because that's kind of easy. You understand slow speed spells, that's good. Fast speed spells can be used in combat or as a response to other slower fast speed spells. And fast speed spells can also be reacted to. So if the opponent is trying to Blades Edge us, which is a fast speed spell, we can respond with a fast speed spell of our own called Glimpse Beyond. And then this creates a spell stack in the center of the board. And the spell stack resolves backwards, which means the later the spell is used, the earlier it happens when it resolves. So if they use Blade's Edge, we use Glimpse. Glimpse will happen first because we're using it as a response. Burst speed spells cannot be reacted to. If the opponent wants to Scrying Sands our unit, we cannot react with Glimpse Beyond as a response. Their burst speed spell will just happen. We do not get any say in the matter. That's why burst speed is very strong. Focus speed is very similar. Let me try to find one. Can I sort by... I can, I guess. Focus speed spells are very similar. You can't react to it. However, focus speed spells cannot be used during combat. So if combat is called, so the attacker has hit the blue button, and all the attackers are on the board, you cannot use a focus speed spell. You can still use burst, so that makes burst the best one. So you can use, this is a good example, you can use this during combat, give enemies -2 because it's burst speed. So if the opponent sets up a bunch of attackers, you can just go, no, they're all -2. But you cannot go, I want my units to be +2/+2, because this one's focus, right? Yeah, so the speed of the spell matters a lot. Correct, you cannot counter a burst spell with a fast. Nope. Exactly. Alright, so let's get our ranked games in for the day. I'll probably have time for 2 of them. Especially if I play fast. We are continuing to play our work on Slay, because we have finished our missions that we deck built for, giving us a pretty nice vault, triple gold. Ideally, you want to go for triple platinum, so this is a tip for all new players. Before the vault opens on Thursday, you want triple platinum. Right now, this is gold. Triple platinum gives you a champion wildcard, allowing you to craft a champion of your choice every week. So it's really important to play your missions, do your challenges, play Path of Champions to get XP that way. Make sure you get triple plat every week. Very important. Yeah, let's see if we can get a quick game or 2 in with our Slay deck. And of course, I'll be commentating the plays I'm making, why I'm making them. Do you know how long missions carry over for? I have about 4. You can replace them, but they carry over forever. If you don't replace a mission, it will stay there. As long as you're talking about the daily ones. The event missions will go away at some point. Alright. So we are fighting Heimerdinger and Ionia. So it's important to note they only have 1 champion. So we have 3 really important cards to deal with. That's 3 copies of Heimer. They're also playing Piltover and Zon, which is a removal-based region. They have a lot of things to shoot our unit, so Glimpse is good. We could keep Nasus just to like try to see him, but if we're on Glimpse, we can draw into him later. We have another draw card as well. So this is kind of what I'm thinking, is to mulligan away the higher end cards. Since they are Ionia, they have Deny, so they can deny our Vengeance. Which means we want our hand to be as aggressive as possible, and try to just outpace them. That's why I mulligan like this. Vengeance can be countered by their deck, and Nasus we'll just draw into later. We want to make sure we have our early game. And we drew back into him anyways, so that's pretty cool. Alright, they have not played anything in the first 2 turns, which means they have mana for spells. What's interesting is they could play Shock Blast, which is a 6 mana kill 2 units essentially. It deals 3 to 2 things of their choice. They can kill both my dudes, which would be kind of cringe. So I think it's best for me to just do open attack here, because they have really strong slow speed options, and we have Glimpse to react. We don't really have a unit that's worth playing. Yeah, we're down to just get 3 damage. I want to hold my mana to make sure I have Glimpse for the rest of the game, so I'm just going to pass this turn. Scraptron, what is that? It's just a big dude with Brash. Okay. Well, sheesh. I guess I can play one of my units now. I'm glad I did my first action attack, though, because that is a strong slow speed option. Put up a really big blocker. And then I just play Booer Sentinel. I want to save Merciless Hunter for Heimerdinger. If we can grant Heimerdinger vulnerable, we can attack into him and kill Heimer, which will be nice. Be very nice.
Sink your fear.
I guess we can block with our Buru Sentinel. We don't have to glimpse or anything. Just deal 3 damage to that guy. It has Brash, which means we can only block it with 3 HP or higher creatures, and Sentinel is my only one that I could do that with.
Can a spirit fight to the death? Thinking I'll learn soon.
They're not giving me a reason to ever glimpse, which is a bit sad. Quietus, that's interesting. We can't Quietus Heimer. Kind of unfortunate. If I play Merciless Hunter, then they can play Heimer, and I have no way of dealing with him. But I need to Merciless this. I kind of have to push for this board. I don't really have a choice. If I could play something else for cheap and give them an action to play Heimer, I would go that route, but I can't. Yeah, they're not on Heimer. Oh, this is Tech, which means it gets buffed by Hex Tech Handler. That's really cool. I've never seen this card played, so this is my first time experiencing this.
We'll get our licks in. This eye looks right fierce.
I'm actually kind of down to do Glimpse on my Ceaseless Sentry during combat to make this trade, if they go 4-3-1-2. That's interesting. Well, same thing. I'm going to go Glimpse Beyond 2-1. Hopefully they can't stop it. If they do, so be it. I want to float perfect mana going into next turn anyways. And we get a trade up. Yeah, they have an out to it. They've been holding High Note like the whole game, just refusing to use it on my units. But hey, at least we don't have to deal with Heimer. Why would I save the Glimpse? Oh, you mean a couple turns ago when I said I want to save Glimpse mana? Because since we're fighting Piltover and Zon, they have a lot of ways to shoot our units, so we want to have Glimpse as a response. Heimer. I can play Nasus. He's a baby Nasus right now, but he might be stronger in a second. Okay. Let's play the turn slow again. I want to make sure we get some options out of them. Or I could just lead with the Siphoning Strike. Think they have an out to it? If they do, I don't know. I think I want to try to kill the Heimer before they develop turrets. Give a response? Deny. It would be deny, wouldn't it? I haven't gotten to slay like anything. Bunch of turrets. Yep. Seems like Ionia is pretty good into us. As I had imagined. Well, at least we can attack with these. We can draw a card. This always gets to attack because it can't block anyways. I do need some card draw here. Heimerdinger, if he's not dealt with immediately, runs away with the game. Because, like, the amount of turrets he can summon and how much board pressure he can get is absolutely incredible. So, when you combine Heimerdinger with Ionia, and you have the safety from Ionia, it's kind of annoying. That's why they're able to just deny our Nasus immediately. And yeah, for sure running away with the game. This is hard. We're gonna have to do something like Vengeance Heimer. Assuming Vengeance works, we would want to do 1-2 here and 2-1 here. But I'm not willing to assume Vengeance is going to work. So I'm going to hedge my bets and block like this. Blocking like this would make us take less damage from Overwhelm. But again, that's only assuming that Vengeance works. Because then we'd be able to trade up into this a bit easier. But yeah, I don't think Vengeance is going to work. Ain't no way. 2 denies. Kinda hard. Kinda hard to play the game. Alright. Not entirely sure. how we're gonna come up with a win here. Oh, I'm not. They're just also killing me. So they're on Heimer, double deny, double mystic in their top 12. Really strong and really strong play from them. Ionia is a natural counter to our strategy. Yeah, so every time we fight Ionia with Slay, it's going to be a hard time because our slow and fast speed spells are very costly, like the Vengeance. And Deny is only 4 mana, and they can stop our costly spell, which gives them a lot of value over us, so it's kind of hard to play. Yeah, and then I just died to Double Mystic. They're also on Double Mystic plus High Note, which is like premium removal, so very, very strong deck into us specifically. Sometimes that happens. We'd very much like to not fight Ionia if we can. So something like Viego Ionia would be very good into us too. Because Viego is just as strong as Nasus, especially in the mid and late game if we haven't gotten to slay anything. And they also have the same kind of defensive utility. So it's kind of scary. Old Quietus? Yeah, Old Quietus would have allowed us to kill Heimer. Alright, we have Bakai Reaper, Sentry, Glimpse. So we're fighting pretty much the mirror match, right? I would assume this is also the Slay and Flay deck. I'm down to keep the Sands. Maybe not the Glimpse, because they don't have removal. I think it's fine to keep, though. Because we can always use Glimpse proactively to draw more cards later. And also proc our Slay stuff. So we'll play our 1-drop. We'll probably play our 2-drop on 2. Just try to pressure the board a little bit. Oh, imagine if they're playing Vaults. Yeah, I guess they could be playing Vaults, too. If they're playing Vaults, we want to be super aggressive. Quietus? Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Assuming this is Vaults, that's a good idea. We definitely want to send in as much damage as we can and also have Glimpse for their removal. Oh. I don't want to attack. I want to play Buru Sentinel or Bakai Reaper. If they play, I was about to say, if they play Rock Bear Shepherd here, oh, sure, I can just take 2. I want to Buru Sentinel.
The sea is too shallow a grave.
That way, if we kill something soon with a spell, he can get the buff. He'll be really strong for us in the mid game. Ah. That's kind of annoying. I guess we could lead Bakai Reaper. This gives us a couple options for the turn. We can play Merciless Hunter on something that we want to grab, or we have Soul Harvest or Glimpse Mana. Aha! Vaults of Helia. Well, we want to make sure we kill the Ceaseless Sentry then, huh? So they are playing Vaults. Let's go ahead and do Merciless Hunter. YouTube streamer, yes. Starting this week, I'm also doing YouTube streams from 8:30 p.m. to about 9:30 p.m. Grab. There we go. Now we get to reduce their Vault's value. Boom, boom. That's 6 damage. Clean. And no Vault target. Yes, I recognize you. Hello, clone. What does Vault do? Round start, kill the strongest ally, and then summon from deck an ally that costs 1 more. So we want to make sure we remove as much as we can. Ooh, we can't really kill this though. So they're going to get a free 5 cost from deck if this dragon lives. Which he will. I can't really stop him, like, at all. It's a 4 attack unit, so if Soul Harvest doesn't hit, I have to do it like this. We can block it, but it's not going to attack. And then Rampaging Bakai, round start. It's not the worst for us. Mayhaps we're okay. Attack order matters. We want to do Bakai Reaper on the far right. That puts them down to 4. If we try to do Glimpse on our unit, it actually puts them down to 3 and we get to draw cards. Funnily enough, that's better. TFT patch notes? I have not. I have not read those. And we get to draw? Sheesh. And we get to draw? I actually think that's worth it. Ah, Vengeance. That's pretty good. We might be able to shoot their Nasus. So we're going to play Burgeoning Sentinel, which floats 3 mana going into next turn. So that's pretty nice and efficient for us. Oh, they have Nasus now. Which means that's going to hit and go Rekindler. Man, I'm actually surprised we're fighting a popular deck in low iron. That's definitely a bit rough. And it's fully constructed too. Yeah. Big Nasus is a bit of a problem. Another okay. Okay. This has got to be a joke, right? They had Nasus and Rekindler already in hand. This has got to be some kind of epic prank for sure.
We love it when they run.
I'm just playing my newbie beginner deck, man. Why am I getting vultsed? Oh no. Tragedy. Okay, so they didn't attack in the proper order at all. They should do Nasus's on the far right. So we can do like this. We can do like this.
Oh, dancing partner.
And we can also do something like that and that. We get to keep our 5/4. I'm also taking less overwhelm damage, and they just have a Nasus. I don't know, maybe if third Rekindler's in hand, then Vaults can't get another one. This is a great block from us. Like, I played this like an absolute champ. But yeah, we can't let Rekindler live, because if we do, then that turns into Necrotic Spider. And that's really problematic for us as well, because then they get to start healing. Alright, here comes Necrotic Spider. Ow. They also had Hate Spike outplay. Well, we don't really have a way to translate damage to lethal, so I guess they just won. Oh, it's Destinata. They don't run Necrotic Spider. Yeah, let's go Bakai Reaper. Yeah, where's my Atrocity when I need it? About boom. Alright, they win. It's pretty crazy to fight like a refined deck in Iron. Okay, one more. We gotta end on a win. We gotta get some LP today. LP or bust. I went up against Swain, Set Karma, and Samir Fizdex as beginner. These Iron guys are no joke, for real. A lot of people have said that makes Legends Runeterra kind of a double-edged sword, where since it is very free to play friendly, a lot of players in Iron can just have like meta refined decks. Which I don't think is a bad thing. But it definitely does suck when I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to play my Chemovoran Dragon and on my Undying, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so we're fighting another Shadow Alshirima. Seems to be a pretty big combo in Iron. So we'll do Bakai Reaper on 1. We have Undying. We have Chemovoran on defense 4. We have Vengeance already in hand. I mean, that's kind of keepable. We do Bakai Reaper on attack 1. Go ahead and send that in. Ah, cute Poro down here. I always forget to pet the Poro for good luck. That's what we need. Sure. Wings of Wave is interesting. They can't block us because we're fearsome. And then we're going to float turn 2, so we have Glimpse Beyond. Right. Oh, or we can play Bark Beast, but nah, I think I want to just have the Glimpse mana. That way we can do it whenever it's convenient. Play the Undying. And then we just send it. Yeah, their Undying can't block. So we can send. And then on defense 4, I'm kind of down to just Chemivore and Dragon or Undying. It's one of this deck's strong combos, actually. Undying on 3, and then Chemivore on 4. Making our Chemivore stronger from the Fury proc. And then also making our Undying stronger at the same time when it gets resummoned next round. So it's kind of cool. It gets like some amping, ramping attack stats. It's really fun. I like that about this deck. It's a good combo. We don't draw it too often. Hate the Spike. That's not very nice. We could Glimpse and turn it into mana. Do we really stop Hate Spike though? If we check the eye, they still get a Husk. They still kill their 2/2. It's not really worth glimpsing, I don't think. We're not preventing any of their effects from going off. And they hit Elusive Husk. That's pretty tragic. That's a good one for them. Is it standard? Yes. Welcome in. I'm playing standard with beginner-friendly decks. I'm focusing on the Slay and Flay because it's really fun. We're only taking 3 damage for the turn. That's nice. They didn't even cash in their Elusive Husk on their attack because they didn't play anything. So let's go ahead and do Chemivore and Dragon. Nom 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 nom. Get that drain going and also ramping stat from Fury. We're going into turn 5, which means we're probably just going to do like Bark Beast Sentinel. We can do Bark Beast first. That way we hold Vengeance mana, right? Because we're going into 5 floating too. Yeah. Rumble, that's really rude. Again, can we stop it? We can't really stop the effect. Kill an ally to kill a unit. So it always kills the ally. Okay. A bit annoying, mate. Alright, let's do... I kind of want to kill the Elusive Husk. I'm not kidding. Nah, it's fine. We can just Vengeance it. Like, if they play like a 5-drop here, we can just Vengeance it after it eats the Husk. Interesting. Okay, well then I'm also down to play Buru Sentinel. They're just passing 5. I have Quietus, I have Glimpse. Okay. Yeah, I think it's time to Quietus then. Just get rid of the Elusive Husk. Because if they play like a big unit, I don't want it to be elusive. And then we can hold Vengeance for something else. And we also have Nasus. I'd rather just play Nasus anyways. Another Crumble. Sure thing. I'm actually going to Glimpse this one because we now gain a benefit from it. We gain Bark Beast stats. So that's pretty good to use now. We finally have something on the board that benefits from our Glimpse. Their Undying is getting kind of big though. TBH. That's also 2 crumbles down, so our Nasus should be a bit safer.
The breath takes, the waters give.
Ooh, Senna. Senna's great because that gives us another champion to work with. Taking 5? Sure, I'll take 5. Let's play the Kai Reaper. Hello, Juno Visual. Welcome in. And then we can play Senna. Maybe we get 3rd Crumble or we get Vengeance or something. I assume they're just playing a lot of Shadow Isles and Shurima removal cards.
There's a lot of darkness out there.
I'm new to the game and your videos really help out. Hey, thank you. Really appreciate you checking out the videos and also stopping by my live stream. Feel free to ask any questions at any time, homie. I got you. I think we want to lead the turn with Sentinel, right?
Well,
Sentinel means we can still play Nasus, we can still play Vengeance, or we can play this if we need to. This unit can't block. The blocker's here. I want to kill that Grave Companion to reduce their draw value. I think that kind of matters. I can't really kill it easily. It's not worth my vengeance. Interesting. Kill an ally to deal damage equal to its power to... Yeah, so they're just playing fully just kill enemy units. Okay. You get to draw one. Let's play Nasus. They have to top deck another removal option. Vengeance? Why didn't you just Vengeance my Senna then? Oh, man. So much removal. Well, at least we can attack with everything. Which you recommend for newbies given I have the resources to make it? It depends on what playstyle you want to go for. The best control deck for newbies is Darkness. The best aggro deck is probably either this one, Slay and Flay, or Blades and Buccaneers, both good. And the best mid-range deck is probably Dragons. So it depends on your playstyle, how you like to play. If you want to play fast, slow, or somewhere in between. But Darkness seems to be the best one in terms of resources. You get a lot of good cards in the Darkness beginner deck. I can't believe it. We've gotten Vengeance, double, Crumble. Oh, man. Oh, me, oh, my. Another 6? I'm not down to take 6 damage to face here.
Ah, fearless.
That does not seem good for me. What I probably want to do is just lead the turn with Sentry. Right? Nah, let's just Darkness first action. I need to get rid of this Grave Companion, because I think this is the engine that's holding their deck together. Oh man, they get to draw 3 cards. It's annoying because they are championless as well, and it doesn't seem like they have a top-end win con. Their only way of winning is just killing all my cards over and over and over and over again in lifesteal.
The sea is too shallow a grave.
Okay, so if I Vengeance and then they Ruination me, I am literally going to concede because they win. I have to win like this turn. When are you guys reacting? Those little hearts and the party poppers are funny. I see them every once in a while at the corner of my eye. I'm like, hey, what's going on there? Oh, no Ruination? Hey, Spike. What? I don't know. I see like these little emojis in the chat box. I think they're probably like reacts or something. I don't know if you can see them then. Soul Harvest. Is there a different variation? Yes. In my 3 beginner decks video, the very first one, I cover Blades and Buccaneers. I have a beginner fully version of it, and I also have an intermediate version where you get more epics and stuff. Then you can make the Swain go in there. Yeah, that's cool. I like those. Okay, make sure we attack with Bakai Reaper on the far right. You get to block with the wave. We got them down to 4 so far. And I can block their very big Undying with my Ceaseless Sentry and continue to draw. Which I kind of need to do. I need more cards. Because they drew a lot with their Grave Companion, you know. That little doggo. Different champs or regions, same ultra fast tempo. Oh yeah, lots of aggro decks you can go with. If you want to play discard, if you like discarding your hand and stuff, you can play Jinx and Samira. They're kind of expensive though. Jin Annie is another really good one. It's a bit hard to play, but also a bit expensive. You probably just want to go something with Misfortune as a new player. Oh, Ledros. I find that to be very interesting.
Arda's gonna make a meal of 'em.
Yeah, aggro most often is Noxus though. Bilgewater is a good support for it. Piltover and Zon can be a good support for it. Yeah. Let me get that. I'm just gonna grab Ledros with my weakest thing. Another thread the needle. Okay.
That's right. Run!
Hey, Braum waving. Did they win? It's not like I'm fighting Atrocity. Don't have to worry about that. Oh, okay. The Braum wave always means they have something to beat me, but no, we ended on a win. Let's go. That was a hard game because they're just playing removal card after removal card. Just like pure control. That felt very hard to win. But we did it. We clutched up. They're the one going bye-bye. Yeah, I don't see Bromwave used like that very often. Yeah, if Riot would stop hating on aggro, I'd be able to recommend you Sunburn or Tristana Bandlegunner's Burn, but both of them got to see play for like, you know, a full patch and then immediately nerfed into Oblivion and never seen again. So there's just not a lot of aggro or like really fast decks that I can recommend. If you want something that's like faster, you could play Lurk, which is Pike Rek'Sai. That's a pretty stable deck. It's pretty well-rounded. It's pretty fast. You can high roll it and then have like really crazy games. But yeah, in terms of like Noxus burn aggro, because we lost Decimate in Standard, it's kind of hard. You could play Samira Fizz, but that hasn't been allowed to be a thing either. It keeps getting nerfed as well. Right now our only like traditional burn aggro decks are Jinx, Samira Discard, and Jin Annie. Yeah, Lurk is good. Pike Rek'Sai. That's a good one. Lurk has been good like ever since it came out. Even at its weakest, it was still played by one tricks and played in Master Tier without any problems. Brief overview of different regions, strengths, weaknesses, and playstyles. Sure. Demacia is all about units and having really big HP. Some like really big dudes and using them to beat down the opponent. That matters a lot for Demacia. Noxus is like half about direct damage to face, so like aggro burn stuff, but it also has damage removal in the form of like Swain and stuff like that. It wants to play slow as well, so Noxus is a half and half. Freljord mainly is about Frostbite with Ash stuff, and that's really good at reducing enemy attack to 0. Piltover and Zon has a lot of draw cards, and it has a lot of removal, so if you pair Noxus and PNZ together, you have a very good deck. So yeah, you basically have to refill while also shooting your opponent's units a bunch with Piltover. Shadow Isles is all about self-slaying, right? Killing your own units to get ahead, and also using very strong single target removal like Vengeance to deal with opponent's threats. Bilgewater is supposed to be like risk and reward, so there's like things that are targeted, like Make It Rain, where it hits random things. It's got coins, stuff like that. It's usually a support region for other things, other strategies like Noxus. Bilgewater also has tentacles, so it's really good with Alawi. Vandal City is like kind of versatile, just does everything. Ionia is the deny region of the game, so it has things that tell your opponent no and slows down their strategies. Shurima? I don't really know how you classify Shurima. It's a lot like Ionia, where it also has no, but it also has a mechanic called Predict, which makes the decks really consistent. You get to choose what's on the top of your deck whenever you play a Predict card. That's pretty nice. And then Targon is like half control and half mid-range. It just kind of depends. It has a lot of flexible stuff as well. It's also usually a support region. There's like Pantheon and stuff where you can build around him, but that relies on Demacia a lot. A lot of the power of the regions comes from playing together, pairing them up and combining their strengths, or using the pairings to reduce one of the region's weaknesses. And then of course there's Runeterra, which is wild stuff. It's just a bunch of random champions. Is there a faster tempo midrange? Yeah, there are faster midrange decks. Lurk is one of them. Lurk is such a fast midrange deck that people call it aggro. That's a pretty good question to round out the stream as well. Let's go. So I think that is going to do it for me today. I highly recommend joining the Discord if you guys want to see more content, either be notified for my Twitch streams or see me over here on YouTube as well. The Discord is in the description box of this VOD, whether you're watching live or if you're watching at a later time. Thank you so much for being here, hanging out, chilling, watching. We got to end on a win, which is good. And we got a lot of missions done. The missions are very important. I cannot stress enough, if you're a new player, make sure you do your missions, which are up here at the top right. You click on the Legends Runeterra icon, then the scroll, and do your dailies. I did all my dailies today. It's really important on Wednesdays because the weekly vault opens on Thursday. And you get to cash in. Let's go. Thank you for stream. Thank you all for being here. So I'll be streaming on Twitch at 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. If not, I'll see you here on YouTube as well at 8:30 p.m. Tomorrow is my last YouTube stream of the week because I do not do YouTube streams on Friday. Instead, I spend extra time playing variety games over on Twitch. So do not look for me on Friday here, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I'll also do another reminder announcement tomorrow. Doing the missions while watching. Let's go. That is efficient. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, night, whatever time it is for you. Good luck in your games. And if you're playing ranked, I hope you get that LP. I want you to know what? What do you want me to know? You may play less than tempo, but you're 1,000 times better. GG. Hey, that's all I strive to be. I can't deck build. I'm not good at building lurk and stuff like that, but at least I can play. Alright. See you guys later. Bye-bye.